So let's talk about the Raymond Ford versus Felix Caraballo fight, man. Nice scrap for Raymond Ford. Slight step up. Caraballo's a vet. He's a vet in the game. Uh, Caraballo also fought Shakur Stevenson. I believe he fought him at 130, and he was stopped. Shakur stopped him to the body. And, Raymond Ford, I made a video about Raymond Ford a while ago. I said speed kills. It was a while ago. You can go look it up. His style, there's remnants of. I think his similar. He has slight Pretty Boy Floyd similarities, man. Something about his stance, the way he throws his punches, the way he shells up. Kind of reminds me of a Floyd Mayweather early version, the Pretty Boy Floyd, but with less power. Raymond Ford's a great fighter. Through that fight, he got rocked a few times by the right hand from Caraballo. Got rocked a couple times. It looked like one of them kind of wobbled him a little bit, but he gained good composure. He got his footing back together, and he was still game. So his defense early on, if you compare him to Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather's defense back in the days, he had defense as well. He still had them quick twitch reflexes, but Floyd was more offensive than defensive back in the days. But he still had much better defense than Ford. Ford has to sharpen up his defense, work on that a little bit. But he has good defense now. Early on in his career, if he sharpens it, he'll be superb with his defense, man. I can see it. I think a couple of times he was able to hurt. It looked like he hurt Caraballo. Raymond Ford just don't have the greatest punching power. He's still young. I believe he's 20 years old. Maybe he'll grow into his man strength, as people like to say. We'll see. Then there was other points in that fight where another thing I know is about Raymond Ford, his engine, man. He has a great engine. Doesn't seem to get tired as much throughout his fights. And it looked like as well he hurt Caraballo a few times. I think to the head. The speed was getting to Caraballo, man. It was the speed. And then the 8th round comes around and Raymond Ford just was hitting him with flurries, and then they stopped it. And I thought that was kind of premature, man. They should have let that fight go on, bro. The dude, Caraballo, still looked like he was in the fight. That was a very premature stoppage, man, in my opinion. Also, I think Raymond Ford probably would have stopped him. It looked like he was on the verge of stopping him, but you just couldn't really tell. They should have let it go on. It wasn't like Caraballo was like on the ropes getting uppercutted constantly, or getting battered where, he was just all over the place. He was taking it, and it looked like before he can even throw a punch back, the ref just jumped in the middle of it. I think that was premature. It should have let it keep going so we could see what Raymond Ford could have did, how he could have finished him, or if Caraballo would have bounced back from that flurry. Stuff like that, man. I hate premature stoppages, man. That was one of them right there. That was clearly a premature stoppage by the ref, but shout out to Raymond Ford. He still got the win. What's next for him? He's at 126, so I think he's WBA I forgot what belt that was that he had, but he's still too young. He's still too green for like Navarrete and Gary Russell. I say that, but I would still like to see the fight. See, that's the difference with me. I don't mind seeing the fight, but I'm just giving my opinion on if I think they're ready or not. I don't think he has the experience yet. He still has things to work on. Definitely not ready for Navarrete. I would, if they fought, cool. He would lose that fight. Gary Russell would school him, and some other dudes in that division would probably school him. But nonetheless, he brushed up on some things, work on his, I can't say work on his power because, we don't know, man, if he going to grow into his man strength or he just won't be a power puncher. He can't force power, man. If it's not there, it's not there. We just going to have to see. But I think he's an excellent fighter. Excellent fighter. Seems like he has a bit of a dog in him. But we'll see what happens later on in his career. Interesting dude to watch. This is Rebel Life. I'll catch you guys later on the next one. And I'm off this, man. Peace.